There was a time when the V8 engine ruled without rival, roaring across every corner of the world. Today, almost everyone has abandoned it, except Scania. Why do they keep betting on a 770 horsepower giant in an age obsessed with efficiency? In this video, you'll discover the story of an engine that refuses to die, defying regulations, trends, and even the future itself. The reign of the V8 and its near extinction. There was a time when the V8 engine was the undisputed king of the highway. It roared along expressways inside trucks built for brute strength and endurance. From classic American rigs to European heavyweights, the V8 embodied unmatched power, but today it has almost disappeared. Most truck manufacturers in Europe and America have left it behind, except one. Scania. What makes Scania keep betting on the V8 when everyone else has given up? Why does their 770 horsepower engine continue to defy the global trend? To understand this, we first need to look back. The glorious rise of the V8. The story of the V8 isn't just another chapter in engine development, it was a true revolution. During the second half of the 20th century, this layout became the favorite choice for heavy-duty trucks and high-end vehicles. The reason? Its balanced performance. With its V-shaped cylinder arrangement, the engine delivered enormous torque at low revs, perfect for hauling massive loads, climbing steep grades, and maintaining speed on long routes. In the United States, brands like Mack, International, and even Cummins experimented with V8 designs for heavy trucks. It was the golden era of transportation, and these engines were the stars. In Europe, companies such as Volvo, Mercedes-Benz, and MAN also embraced the V8 for their most powerful models, competing to build the most imposing truck on the market. A design that defined an era. The secret to the V8's success lay in its architecture: 8 cylinders arranged in a V, capable of delivering immense torque without needing high RPM. That made it the ideal partner for carrying heavy freight across long distances. But the transport world didn't stand still, and the V8 began to face challenges that would dethrone it. Modern challenges for the V8. The first blow came from fuel efficiency. By nature, a V8 burns more fuel than a smaller engine. As diesel prices climbed over the following decades, transport companies searched for ways to cut operating costs. In an industry where every cent matters, efficiency became more important than brute force. Then came strict emissions regulations. Both Europe and the United States imposed laws to reduce pollutant gases. With its large displacement, the V8 produced more emissions, making compliance a costly engineering challenge. Finally, technology itself shifted direction. Smaller, turbocharged, highly efficient engines began to deliver similar or even superior performance. Inline-6 engines with advanced turbocharging managed to match or exceed V8 torque and fuel economy while producing fewer emissions. The twilight of a legend. Except for Scania, by the 1990s and 2000s, most manufacturers had gradually phased out their V8s. Volvo, Mercedes-Benz, and Mack, for instance, turned to inline-6 engines for their efficiency and lower production costs. Scania, however, chose a different road. Their decision wasn't merely sentimental or nostalgic, it was strategic. While others downsized, Scania refined its V8 and brought it into the modern era. Why Scania chose to stay with the V8 first? Because there is still a market that demands extreme power. Industries such as mining, forestry, and heavy-haul transport require engines that can survive brutal conditions. In those cases, no inline-6 can match the durability and sheer strength of a V8. Second, because Scania invested in advanced engineering to make its V8 more efficient and environmentally responsible. Its latest version, delivering 770 horsepower, is a technological masterpiece. Optimized fuel injection, improved combustion systems, and state-of-the-art turbochargers provide immense power without sacrificing efficiency or compliance with the toughest regulations. Third, because Scania's V8 isn't just an engine, it's a symbol. For many truck drivers, owning a V8 is a badge of pride, a mark of the very best in transport. Scania has nurtured a loyal community that values both heritage and innovation. The most powerful engine in the world, Scania's V8, is no relic. It is modern engineering at its peak. Producing over 3,500 Newton-meters of torque, it remains the most powerful commercial truck engine in production today. That strength is not for show. It's essential for extreme terrains and colossal loads. Even more impressive is that this giant meets Euro 6 emission standards, thanks to technologies like advanced exhaust aftertreatment and high-pressure fuel injection. In other words, massive power without sacrificing environmental responsibility. An experience beyond the engine, but Scania's V8 isn't just remarkable for what happens under the hood, it completely transforms the driving experience. Trucks powered by this engine are renowned for their smoothness, comfort and quiet operation, even on long hauls. The power delivery is so fluid that it reduces fatigue on extended routes, while the luxurious, well-designed interior turns every workday into a far more pleasant journey. For transport companies and independent drivers seeking the best, the 770 horsepower V8 offers an unbeatable blend of performance, reliability, and prestige. Can this legend endure? Despite its technical and emotional success, a big question lingers. How much longer can Scania sustain this heritage? The heavy-duty transport sector is undergoing a radical transformation. Electric and hydrogen-powered trucks are no longer distant promises. They are an emerging reality offering zero emissions and lower operating costs. These advances appeal to both businesses and government regulators. Which raises a fundamental issue: what future awaits the V8? The V8's resilience in extreme environments. For now, the V8 remains indispensable in sectors where alternative technology still cannot compete. Heavy-duty applications, remote areas, and harsh climates present unique challenges that only an engine like the V8 can handle effectively. In such conditions, raw power, mechanical toughness, and the ability to endure relentless demands make this engine not merely useful, but essential. Even so, these niches may change in the coming years as electrification and hybrid systems continue to advance. One thing is certain, though: Scania will not let the V8 die without a fight. Innovation to withstand change. The key lies in adaptability. Scania has already proven it can update its V8 to meet current standards without sacrificing power. Improvements in fuel injection, exhaust aftertreatment, and thermal efficiency have enabled this engine to comply with strict regulations like Euro 6. It's likely we'll see further technical breakthroughs to keep this line alive, at least as long as industries exist that demand such extreme power. Why others abandoned the V8? So why is Scania the exception? Why did other manufacturers walk away from the V8? The answer is not purely environmental or technical, it's also economic. Designing and building a V8 engine is expensive. Components are heavier, manufacturing is more complex, and maintenance is more demanding. In a market where most logistics applications don't need such output, manufacturers saw little sense in maintaining an oversized engine line. Companies like Volvo, Mercedes-Benz, and Mack discovered they could meet nearly all transport needs with inline-six engines. Thanks to modern turbocharging and advanced electronic management, these engines deliver ample torque and efficiency for standard loads. By focusing on them, those brands cut costs, simplified production, and offered more attractive solutions for the majority of customers. A cultural shift in transport. Beyond the technical and economic factors, a cultural change took place. In the United States, legendary V8 engines such as the Mach E9 were discontinued. The industry moved from celebrating brute power to prioritizing efficiency. What was once a status symbol is now often seen as unnecessary excess. Modern transport has become pragmatic. Decisions are now driven more by spreadsheets than by the roar of an exhaust. Profitability, reliability, and lower emissions rule the day. In that context, the V8 seemed out of place except at Scania. An exception with purpose. While the rest of the world adjusted its vision, Scania chose an alternative approach, improving what it already had instead of replacing it. They recognized an opportunity in extreme market segments where an ordinary engine simply isn't enough, and they invested there. The result is more than a powerful engine. It's a symbol of what can be achieved when a company refuses to follow trends blindly. Scania's V8 stands today as living proof that not everything must be sacrificed on the altar of efficiency if the engineering is right. A legacy under pressure. That doesn't mean the V8 will last forever. The pressure to electrify transport is real and growing. Global investments in electric trucks, charging infrastructure, and alternative fuels are increasing every year. But as long as there is a genuine need for extreme power, and as long as Scania keeps innovating, the V8 will keep rolling. Though the V8's future is inevitably threatened by change, it still holds a rightful place wherever demands exceed the capabilities of conventional solutions. And as long as that need exists, there will be trucks thundering with the force of 8 cylinders, defying the silence of change with the deep voice of history. If you've been amazed by the story of this V8 that refuses to disappear, give it a like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to keep exploring engines, machines, and stories that defy time and technology. See you on the next road, where sheer power never surrenders and the roar lives on.